I don't want to be a part of you. A Marvel fan fiction. I thought since I haven't done a lot of Marvel fan fictions, I thought maybe I'd do some. And I found this one, and I kind of regret everything about living, so let me share that with you. It is only when the creature sinks its fangs into Tony that he gets a clear view. Tony was on his way to his car when he was ambushed. Just going on to his car, dragged away without any witnesses. I don't know, he doesn't have any cameras or anything. His struggles are fruitless. Not even a blast from his gauntlet does any damage. He is in some sort of empty building now with broken needles on the floor and elaborate spray-painted murals on the walls. Tony focuses on the details of his surroundings, so he doesn't have to think about whatever is pumping its venom into him. It looks like an unholy combination of a snake and a centipede. 4 eyes stare out of its long face, and atop its head are 2 fuzzy antennas that it uses to stroke Tony's hair. Hard plates run down its length, flexible enough to allow it to coil up. It has 3 pairs of legs, or maybe they are arms, since it uses them to tear Tony's clothes away. Is he going to have sex with this? Nope. It's going to be a lot worse. I don't want to tell you where this is going, but it's not good. Tony can't move. Whatever is injected into him had a paralyzing agent in it at the least. Not even a whine can escape from Tony's lips. It's a miracle he's still breathing. The creature wraps around him, tucking him against its surprisingly fleshy underbelly. Soon Tony is on fire. Whatever is coursing through his body burns him. For hours he lays there, certain he's a dead man. Eventually, Tony manages a twitch. The creature still has hold of him, but it allows him to sit up as soon as he can manage it. The first thing he notices is that his balls have swollen to 3 times their previous size. I don't think that's possible. Iron Man's got some pretty big cojones. They feel full, like he hasn't jacked off in months. That's not how that works, and his cock is starting to dribble cum. That's not how you spell it, but okay, that's fine. That's a little bit better for YouTube, I guess. It is like his reproductive system is in overdrive. Tony is horrified to note. The creature takes an interest, bringing its head over. It brushes its antennas along his shaft until Tony is painfully erect. Semen is already flowing out nonstop, heedless of the lack of orgasm. Apparently satisfied, he's an ice cream dispenser. Fuck. The creature rises and begins maneuvering its body over Tony. Tony is still too weak to do anything, but watches as it lines up an opening between its back legs, a vagina, with Tony's cock. It sinks down on him, pinning Tony's whole body to the ground. Tony just manages to turn his face to the side so he can breathe, though only shallowly thanks to the weight pressing down on him. Something strange is happening down below. Tony doesn't know anything about how this creature has sex, but it's nothing like Tony's experienced before. She's tight around his shaft, seemingly sucking it in just like a encouraging the now constant flow of semen from Tony's cock. Tony feels like he's melting into her dick first. It's truer than he thinks, as he finds out when he attempts to move. His skin is fused to hers wherever they make contact. Half of one of his feet is already gone, the rest slipping in after it. He cries a little bit. She's the only one there to see. She rolls onto her side and gives Tony a purposeful lick along his back. It feels strangely muffled, like his nerve endings are going dead, which they very well might be. He wonders if I can't. It's fucking so. He wonders if anything of him will be left when she is done. Will every bit be taken in and made a part of her? He waits to see what goes next, as if he isn't already being assimilated incrementally. It happens slowly over the course of hours. First his vision dulls, and then it fades completely, leaving him in darkness. He knows his body is sinking deeper into hers, but without his sight he can't tell how much of him is left. His only measure of time is the beat of her heart, now superseding his. He wonders if his heart will shrivel like his eyes, deemed redundant by the biological processes governing his absorption. What he should have worried about is his lungs. 343,000. I can't even process this fan fiction. I'm just reading the words. I can't absorb it. If you know what I mean, baby. 3,437 beats after he lost his vision, his lungs seize up. No matter how hard he tries to take another breath, but his body won't do it. His brain panics, but his heart remains as steady as hers. He waits and waits, but he doesn't asphyxiate. He's still alive, if it can be called that. About 4,700 beats since the blackout, he notices that while his dick is fused to the walls of her vagina, it's still pumping semen. He seems to have an endless supply of that now. It's after about 6,500 beats that he's able to see again. It's not through his eyes, it's through hers. Colors are ultra-vibrant, and shapes are distorted. The graffiti on the walls is turned psychedelic by the effect, which should have made Tony dizzy, but it didn't. This violation sickens him more than anything else. His brain was rewired to channel her vision and make sense of it. The change suggests that his brain won't be broken down like the rest of him, that he'll be trapped within her. Perhaps sensing his thoughts, she looks down at her underbelly, and Tony can see where he was absorbed into her. A patch of hair where his head used to be, a finger still in the process of being assimilated, and his engorged balls now in the place of her sealed-off vagina. On the edge of his mind there are thoughts of oneness, and healthy children pushing their way in. She coils around so she can lick the area behind her newly acquired testicles. Instinctually she knows that now she has mated. She needs to encourage he egg-laying channel to open. She is rather pleased with her mate, though she has nothing to compare him with. She feels she found a good one. His mind buzzes around hers, so active and smart. Their children will surely be the same. Let's review this. Absorption fetish? Absorbing fetish? Okay, I guess that's... I mean, I knew that was a thing, but why Tony Stark? You can really replace, in a lot of these, like, fetish fan fictions, the character that's being tortured or tormented or absorbed or being being the big sexed with anything. You can kind of replace him with any character. It's kind of like this is Mad Libs. Just replace Tony with any character, and aside from like the vague reference to a gauntlet, I mean, you could put this as Thanos and it'd probably work the same. Honestly, I think this is just boring. It's weird. I mean, the whole endless supply of semen and the absorbing thing, and it's not written awfully, but it's weird and kind of boring that it's a sexy fan fiction, but it doesn't take any of the Marvelness into account. When you're writing a fan fiction, I feel like you have to take the world that you're building your own story in and use some of that. Not just, there's Tony Stark, he's going to be absorbed into a giant centipede, bitch. Here we fucking go. Anyway, hopefully YouTube will think this is educational or something and won't ban me. But do I really care at this point? A little bit. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos. They're also things, I guess. And if you want to watch more fan fiction, that's something cool. That'll be somewhere here. If you want to subscribe, that's also an option. And hey, I have a Patreon because I'm human garbage. Please let me absorb you into my Patreon because I'm poor. All right? Bye.